You are watching the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Day 2, postseason softball in Gainesville. Come on inside Presley Stadium for a pivotal matchup between Georgia Tech and the number 6 national seed Florida and their All-American ace, Keegan Rothrock. The winner of this one vaults to the regional final and would be in the driver's seat in this double elimination regional round. So important to win this one so you don't have to try to claw your way back throughout the rest of this very pivotal Saturday. We say welcome upstairs with Nicole Mendez. That is the Olympian and the two-time national champion at Oklahoma, Kevin Fitzgerald, with you this afternoon. Such an important one to get the day started on Saturday. Let's start with Georgia Tech. A few days ago, they were unsure if they would hear their name get called on Selection Sunday. They're one of the last 4 teams in the field, and they absolutely took advantage of this postseason opportunity yesterday.
Hey, whenever you get an opportunity to play in this tournament, you do not make any mistakes or anything like that. You go out and you have fun, and that is what Georgia Tech, that's what they did yesterday against Texas State.
You know, they got things started early in that game. Grayson Tucker played it a run with this run-scoring double. Texas State ultimately tied the score in a pitcher's duel later on before Georgia Tech took advantage of some costly Texas State mistakes in the 6th inning. This wild pass ball allowed what proved to be the ultimate go-ahead run and the decisive winner for Georgia Tech. They won that game over a good Texas State team 2-1. Madeline Johnson was terrific in the circle. So meanwhile, for this national seed Florida, they are known for their explosive offense. Yesterday, they made a statement in game 1.
I mean, whenever you have Jocelyn Erickson in the 2-hole, she is somebody who has changed her approach. She has been patient at the plate, and it's paid off big time. 2 doubles yesterday, 3 runs. She's probably one of the best 2-hole hitters in the nation. Really makes it hard to throw around. The number 1 hitter in the lineup, Taylor Schumacher, she is somebody who has been so explosive in her sophomore year. And yesterday, she had 5 RBIs. Had to cap it off with a home run to finish off her slate. I mean, just what an outing by the Florida Gators.
They had the 12 hits, 8 of those extra base hits, scored a lot of their runs early in that game. You mentioned it several times yesterday. They played comfortable, detail-focused, and they were in control. So it's Florida, and it's Georgia Tech. A trip to the regional final is on the line this morning. Saturday morning in Gainesville. Pivotal Saturday battle to determine who is headed to the regional final. Here is Tim Walton's lineup card. Florida is the away team in this game. Ava Brown, 2 for 4 in the opener, helped set the tone at the top of the order.
Yeah, we talked about the first two. Let's talk about Ava Brown and the offense. Whenever she is getting those extra base hits, that is going to be the key for this Florida Gator lineup to connect that top power to the rest of the lineup.
Sydney Watts is the sophomore from Youngstown, Ohio, that has to deal with this electric offense. She has been a dependable right-hander this year, and particularly lately, pitching very well the final few weeks of the season.
And you look, only 82 innings pitched. Being able to be relied on later on in the season, that is huge because she's a fresh arm.
Bright and early start time, 5 minutes after 10 here in Gainesville. Temperatures in the low 80s. This critically important Saturday game, a battle of the winners from Friday's opener. Taylor Shoemaker, you saw those impressive numbers. Nicole, quite simply, one of the better hitters, not just in the SEC, but in America this year. Pure hitter. One from Watts. Slaps that one. Fading. Shallow center. Emma Simon runs it down. Covered some nice ground that time to take a flare base hit away from Shoemaker.
Great first read jump by Simon. She's already shaded up the middle, so she's an extra 5 or 6 steps over. That allows her to be able to make that catch easily. But again, you have to have that great first step. So that's a great read by the shortstop, Simon.
Good call. That was a really nice play. Now it's Jocelyn Erickson. This is the senior from Phoenix. Going to be playing professionally when this college career is over. First round draft choice in the AUSL draft a couple of weeks ago. An impressive average. It is an explosive Florida Gators offense. They're top 10 in the nation in just about everything. Batting average, OPS, the homers. And so Sydney Watts, who has faced this team this year, gets another crack at him. Liner right to Medina in center. 2 gone. So what does Watts have to do this second time around after facing Florida back in February?
Well, whenever you face somebody in February versus whenever you face them in May, you're a completely different team. Sydney Watts, she's a completely different person. You're going to see her pumping high up in the high 60s. She has a rise ball that she likes to throw for a chase. But the important piece for her is to establish her strike zone early. We've seen it in the first games. Today, we're going to see it again. She's going to go with curve for an effective look, but that screwball, time and time again, right at the knee, she's able to locate it very well.
Brown fouls that one back, and so Watts is quickly out ahead of this 3-hitter. Ava Brown, that's the captain from Montgomery, Texas. She's been playing through an injury this season. It's kept her out of the circle, this two-way player, for much of the year. Watts is looking for an 1-2-3 inning to get this one started. That's up in the air. Should be handled by Vukadinovic. That's a really good start for Watts and the Yellow Jackets. It's a 1-2-3 first.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
First game of this Saturday regional round in Gainesville. And the Yellow Jackets hit in the bottom half of the first inning. Grayson Tucker is their most effective hitter in the 3-hole. Had that run-scoring double early in the game yesterday in the 2-1 victory over Texas State.
And that's going to be the key for Georgia Tech. Florida is known for having an offense. You know that they're going to get their runs across the board. Tucker is really going to need to lead the charge for Georgia Tech to be able to get those runs across for their team. It's going to be a battle of the bats this game.
That was Eileen Morales' lineup card presented by Capital One. It's Willer, Medina, and then Tucker against the All-American ace. That is Keegan Rothrock, who has returned to All-American form this season. Very impressive numbers. Nicole, about 180 innings for Rothrock coming into the postseason. And yesterday, she was very good. Faced this Yellow Jackets team back in February, where they tagged her a bit. 7 hits. She issued a number of walks. As you mentioned, from February to May, teams evolve, players evolve, and it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams fare against one another months later. Willer has been a great tone setter at the top, hitting .371 this season. Wave and a miss, and there's one gone. Good start for Rothrock.
Rothrock being able to throw against this team earlier on in the year, this is a huge advantage because this off speed right here, it is way off the plate. She already knows the tendencies and how these hitters swing. So being able to use her rise ball, and then again, there it is at the bottom of that scout, the tricky off speed pitches. That is where she is going to get a lot of swings and misses and hitters out in front.
Medina might have got hit. Was she in the batter's box? And our home plate umpire says yes.
That's something that we saw from Georgia Tech often, and I believe that we're going to see it again. Just showing this bunt, doing the short game. That one definitely hit her in the box. It was a great job by Medina, knowing that that ball is going to hit her, trying to keep that back foot inside the box before she steps out. If she gets hit outside of that box, automatically it's an out.
Right. So Matt Dial, home plate umpire, was all over that one. Georgia Tech finished middle of the pack at the ACC this year, but a very strong conference. And we're trending in the right direction at the tail end of the season. Won a series against Virginia Tech, played Florida State very close a number of times in a series and then in the ACC tournament. So it just felt like they were coming into this regional weekend with a nothing to lose, in it together confidence. There's the Georgia Tech Hall of Famer. 1-2 is a little low. And because the Yellow Jackets were the away team in their game yesterday, and because Florida was the home team in their matchup on Friday, they flip-flop. So Georgia Tech is the home team in this game. 2-2 coming to Medina. Fouls it back. Eileen Morales, you just saw a shot of her. She said to us yesterday, we went into Selection Sunday not knowing if we were going to hear our name get called. We were prepared. We thought we would be right on the cusp. They were one of the last 4 teams in the tournament field, and they are making the most of this postseason run, their second straight regional appearance. 2-2. It's just off the outside edge. And so Medina has worked the count full against Rothrock, who threw 3 scoreless innings yesterday and 3 no-hit frames in that game against Florida A&M.
This
That's
is
foul.
A great battle here. You start off, you show the bunt, it hits off of you, foul. Automatically, you're in the hole. And against a pitcher like Rothrock, you're fouling off pitches, you're fouling off pitches. This one, a curveball trying to come inside in on the hands of the lefty. You're just being able to foul off those pitcher's pitches and wait until you see what it is that you need to drive something through the infield.
Rothrock is ready. Swing and a miss.
Two batters faced, two strikeouts, both of those on off speeds. Rothrock, she's going to be using that changeup effectively. Just underneath that ball, she takes a little bit off. This isn't a changeup, but this is an off speed, takes a little bit off, and the location right at the knees, that is gonna be key. If you're able to pinpoint as a pitcher your corners, you've got it going on.
Those are two really good looks at that pitch. She places that one on the inside corner to Grayson Tucker. That's the all-conference selection in the middle of Georgia Tech's order. Their most reliable bat. So two batters, two strikeouts for this centerpiece Rothrock. What stood out most from the... She only threw 38 pitches yesterday. That's it. But what stood out most about what you saw from her?
Well, the fact that she threw a lot of off speeds. We know that that's something that she can go to, but in postseason, everybody is double downing on your scout. A lot of times you've seen these teams before. You need to find something that sets you apart.
Tucker drills this one in foul ground. A run from Thomas, and she could not make the catch. Looked like she had it lined up, reached for it, and could not secure it after the lunge.
Yeah, it looks like Thomas was looking for the fence, and as a left fielder in that corner, that's something that you have to be aware of. But whenever you're looking for the fence, you want to be able to track that ball all the way. She comes across, instead of taking a deeper angle back, I think if she takes one step back off the jump, she gets that.
Weak contact over to the left side. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Rothrock, and she remains locked in this weekend. Postseason softball in Gainesville. Seven innings live all day today and this weekend for this regional round. Our 7 innings live crew, they're going to take you around to all the major games, coast to coast. Showing you the best live action highlights. Yesterday, a couple of national seeds ran into some trouble, and none bigger than Florida State getting upset by Stetson. They score 8 runs, most of that against Jazzy Francic. Meanwhile, the 2 seed UCLA had to come back from 4 runs down late in that game, and ultimately walked it off in the 7th to defeat Cal Baptist. Whoa.
Yeah, UCLA in that second tier, that second grouping, a little bit later down. finished their rankings at the end of the year, ranked 8th in the nation. So they fall into that second grouping. So they're one of those 2 seeds. And Cal Baptist taking them on a 10-run inning. They were trailing, ended up going up, and it took a walk-off from UCLA. There's a lot of chaos going around. If you had told me Stetson and UCF would be meeting in just 30 minutes from now on championship when undefeated on Saturday, I would have told you, who knows, maybe, because this tournament has been the most competitive that I think I've seen in a lot of years. I love the competition. I love the placings of all these teams.
Townsend Thomas leads off against Sydney Watts to get this second inning started. There were a lot of 1 or 2 run games. Matter of fact, I mean, most of the games yesterday were decided by just a few runs. And there were a lot of competitive and back and forth games.
One thing that I saw, though, that I think really stood out is SEC teams, all of them. This is the first time in SEC history that all 12 teams, all seeds in the tournament have gone undefeated in their first game. So you look at the dominance that the SEC has, stands out.
Yeah, it's real. Year in and year out. Thomas retired to start the second. So Sydney Watts has retired all 4. You know, it's not as if it doesn't happen, but it is rare to see a national seed like Florida State go down in day 1. You often see it from time to time in this Saturday game. But on day 1, that is a major climb back for a team like Florida State now, the rest of the weekend. Kenley Cahalan swings at the first pitch. It's another pop-up. Tucker's got it. There's 2 away.
Florida has been swinging very early in counts, really aggressive against Watts. It worked for them last time, but again, the pitcher that Watts was back in February, not the same team, not the same pitcher that you see standing before us today here against Florida.
I think you look no further than last week in Charlottesville, the ACC tournament. Kendall Grover tugs that one foul. So she goes toe-to-toe with Jazzy Francic in Florida State. It was the quarters of that ACC tournament. 6 innings, 2 earned, just coming into this tournament with a lot of courage.
It also comes into the fact of she's been training for this. She's been waiting. And the fact that she has, I don't want to say that 80 innings is lower innings, because that's not. That is a lot of innings pitched. But whenever you go into tournaments, you look at the jump between Watts and Johnson, and it's a big jump in innings. I'm focusing a lot of my attention on one pitcher and not the other.
Well, this one's in play, by the way. So Grover is going to make it. Watts stumbled, and Grover catches a break. Florida's got a runner.
Just a little bit of an ankle roll there by Watts whenever she was coming in. It's a slow roller coming down over to first. Now she goes, you can see that foot get caught up, that front foot gets caught up in that dirt just a little bit. And defensive miscues, mistakes, those are hard to make, but there's nothing you can really do about that. The foot just slides out.
Boy, that is a wet area of the field, to say the least. You saw the muddy right hand of Watts. She's getting it cleaned off right here. So, I mean, that's just a damp spot that she slips on right there.
Yeah, it's soaked pretty good. You can see even on her pants, just from where she fell, the cleat mark. Having to rinse off that pitching hand. You don't have a lot of dirt on there, so you can see her cleaning out her cleats, rinsing off her hand, but there's the skid mark up here from the booth. We can even see it over by that first base area.
Now, it's Gainesville. We're in the south. Of course, the sun is going to be out all day. I mean, it's going to be a hot day of postseason softball. So, pregame.
Give it 30 minutes and it'll be a completely different infield.
Well, and that's what happens pregame. The grounds crew, they basically water that dirt. They try to soak it a little bit just so it's not rock hard. But in this case, Watts slips on that wet spot. So it's ruled an error. Cassidy McClellan is the right fielder from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Yesterday scored one of those 12 runs for the Gators. There goes the runner. So Grover's in scoring position.
This is what you're really going to have to fight against if you're Georgia Tech. You have that miscue, that slip, and in the very next pitch, Hunter just not able to hang on to that one. And not only do you have a runner on that shouldn't be there, you're not out of the inning. Now you have one in scoring position.
Florida's got a chance to strike first. That one is a little outside. It's a 4-pitch walk. Ella Wesolowski is going to hit with 2 on.
That's where, if you're Watts, you want to take a breath and just reset. Leshber over at first base, Tucker over at third base. They come in, just a quick chat with their pitcher. Try to get a reset, because you look at what she's been doing up until now. 3 up, 3 down in the first. Could have been 3 up, 3 down in the second.
So Tim Walton's team applying the pressure, just like yesterday. Wesolowski gets the start behind the plate. Erickson's over at first today. Gets jammed. A bouncer to short. Had some odd spin. No play for Simon. But that one coming off of the bat. It had some backspin to it. And they're loaded after a second error in the inning.
This is something that you need to charge hard. If you're over at shortstop, Simon waits for it. She's playing pretty deep on the dirt, but you want to charge hard. You don't want to give that bounce any time to get up in the air. The closer that you can get that ball off the ground, the easier it is, the less cause for mistakes that you can find in between. I'm sure this is what is being communicated to the defense is we're rushing, we're speeding up. Let's slow it down, take care of your defense. It's a good job avoiding that ball that honestly could have hit her over at second base for Grover, but this is where postseason exposes teams. Whenever the game starts to speed up and you feel that pressure, one slip turns into a miscue, a pass ball, an error over at shortstop, and again and again and again, a 4-pitch walk. So can you reset and go, this happened in an instant? And if you're Florida, take advantage of bases loaded. You have 2 outs and things were not looking good for this inning. You find a way to turn it around. If you have 1 strike left, you're still in this game.
It's an opportunity for Gabby Comia, the sophomore from Northwest Indiana. Count has evened at a ball and a strike. Now, despite all of the pressure that you're alluding to, if you're Georgia Tech, you control your destiny. You can still get out of this with no damage. Comia slaps it foul. The pivotal Saturday battle between the winners from yesterday. Team that takes this game has the upper hand in the regional final tomorrow. Which way is momentum going to swing? Watts fires. That's a little low and away.
This moment as a hitter, you feel the pressure. You're in the 9-hole. Your job right now is just to pass the bat. You don't need to hit a grand slam. You just need to pass the bat, turn over the lineup.
That slow roller over to the right side. Duffel's got it, and the inning is over. And so Georgia Tech leaves the bases loaded, and they get away with the miscues. The Women's College World Series, it returns to Oklahoma City on May 28th. First game gets started noon Eastern, live on ESPN. And for more information on the Women's College World Series, go to ncaa.com. In Gainesville, this is our regional. Georgia Tech, Florida, winners yesterday. They advanced to this, Nicole, as you know, pivotal Saturday game. The winner has the upper hand. It moves on to the regional final. And in this double elimination tournament, or regional round, I should say, the loser has got to claw its way back, play later today to just play its way back to that Sunday final.
Well, Alberta, she's hoping for a quick outing for herself today. Florida Gators win.
Yeah.
They secured their spot in the regional final, and they save their bodies, they save their arm.
Oh, that one runs up and in at Leshber. And so Leshber is just walking this one off. And Georgia Tech's got a leadoff base runner. So that one got away from Rothrock.
I don't blame her. I was up here closing my eyes, seeing it unfold and happen. That hit her squarely on that back rib. And that one is something where it hurts so bad whenever you get there with the speed that Rothrock throws. That pitch just sticks to your back and then it falls off. It's not something that grazes you. So she took a couple of extra steps. She's good, but it's one of those where as a hitter, whenever you get hit like that, you need a second before you're back in.
That's going to be a bruise. Now it's Reese Hunter. That is the senior catcher for these Yellow Jackets, 4-year program vet.
I'm still thinking about that hit. It better be a bruise. I'm going to be mad
well,
if it's
we
not.
heard the sound. That was a resounding sound. And when you can hear it, you know it hurts. You saw Leshber throw the bat down. I think that just speaks to what you were talking about. It hurts. You need a minute.
It's like whenever you stub your toe, you just got to clench your fist.
That's a good analogy.
Maybe let out a yell. It's like that, but 10 times worse.
Yeah.
We saw Hunter square around in the first pitch of this at-bat. Georgia Tech, they showed bunt. Ultimately, that small ball game, that execution, that's what got them that win yesterday. Defense has been a big reason for Florida's struggles in the NCAA tournament, in the SEC tournament, and a couple series before, the last 4 games really prior to going into the tournament. Yesterday, we saw a couple of miscues. They were able to make the plays, but communication for this defense is going to be big for Florida, because Georgia Tech's a team that likes to create that chaos. You're not going to see those home run numbers that you typically see from Florida, but they like to create chaos, and runners on first and second, no outs. This is prime time.
Well, and they're going to be tested right now, Nicole, because you've got 2 runners on, and Florida's going to have to make some plays. Their pitching coach is Stephanie Van Brakel. Prothro. Reese Hunter, who just drew that walk. Let's throw it back here, by the way. The Roswell, Georgia native was... We were going down memory lane a couple of days ago with Morales and Hunter.
We were.
Again.
Her teammates honestly kind of outed out Hunter a little bit. She showed us a different picture, and they go, oh, no, no, no. There's an even better one. Reese Hunter has one with coach, and she has glasses on. I think she's still shorter than her at that time. They made her send this one. I have to thank them for that. That's a great photo.
Those are A-grade rec specs. Let's not lie. As someone who wore them back in the day, I know a thing or two.
Game recognizes game. I like it, Kevin.
Paige Vukadinovich bluffed the bunt that time. Doesn't that often correlate? If you got goggles, you got game.
Got goggles, got game. One of the pitchers that I played with at Oklahoma, Giselle Ward, she wore goggles. Won a national championship, so.
And so this is exactly what you're talking about, is Georgia Tech wants to make Florida make a play here if Vukadinovich can push the runners over. But that photo just, it speaks to a number of things about this team. That one's outside. There's just a lot of players on this roster from the Atlanta metro area. Hunter is one of them. Grew up going to Morales' camps. And there are a number of players wearing that Georgia Tech uniform. And it means a lot to them. And particularly being on this stage. Big moment here. And that 2-1 is slashed foul. So Rothrock has battled back. They're looking for the first out in this home second. Rothrock, the go-to dominant ace, delivers. We have not seen. Take a look at this.
This is a rise ball. That's the pitch that she wants to get the chase on. I like that location, but with the zone and the way it's been this year, you're going to have to bring it down a little bit more if you want that as a strikeout pitch.
This one is lined. They get the out. A throw to second is in time. They double up Leshber. It's a double play. Cahalan made the catch and a quick throw.
Well, again, it's important to note, you see just reaching back, trying to get back to the bag for Leshber. She slipped on that dirt. She's trying to get back. That foot slips. That's the second time that we have seen Georgia Tech have some kind of miscue because of falling and slipping in the dirt. So that's something where it is what it is at this point. If you're Georgia Tech, you start carrying little picks, like wooden picks, to get the dirt out of your cleats. Do whatever you have to do, but that's the second time. It's been big time moments where that chaos kind of unfolded just because of a slipped foot.
This one is pulled through the right side. Maddie Duffel, the freshman, keeps the inning alive.
And Kevin, this is something that we're going to be talking about all weekend long, is the little things, they add up. You don't slip, you get back to the bag. Now you have bases loaded with only one out. Instead, it's 2 outs, runners on first and second.
The Jackets have a runner in scoring position again. This is the shortstop, Emma Simon. A 2-year starter now at short for Georgia Tech. Swings, lines it past Cahalan. It's a base hit. The stop sign is given a recent third, or Hunter at third, and they are loaded. And now you can look at it, Nicole, from a number of different vantage points. Wow, how critical was that double play?
Huge, and those little things, they will add up. We talked about defense for Florida in the communication, how important this piece is, but how about also Georgia Tech making that adjustment offensively? We've seen a couple of balls squared up very well. Did not see that in the first inning against Rothrock. Last time they faced her, they squared her up really well. 7 hits, 4 earned runs. Ended up getting 5 total last time that Georgia Tech faced Rothrock in the circle here in Gainesville.
And so you've got this slapper in the 9-hole, Reagan Wall, who turned in a very impressive debut season in Atlanta. Came over from James Madison in the offseason. Big opportunity. Swing and a miss. She was hitless yesterday, but put the ball into play all 3 times, 3 groundouts. So Georgia Tech has secured consecutive singles against Rothrock.
When you look at this bases loaded, Morales, she was a little tentative on sending Hunter home on that ball out to the outfield. With wet dirt and your cleats being heavy, you're not going to be as fast, you're not going to be as speedy. You can't cut those corners as tight. So that's a huge impact on how this offense is running as well.
Just off the outside edge.
Great placement there by Rothrock. I love that pitch. It's on the corner. That's something that you want to get for a strike three. There's been a few where she's been nibbling, but I love the way that it clips the corner and then crosses over into the other batter's box. But that clipped the corner before crossing the plate.
And so Wall has worked the count full. She has not chased either of those two. Nowhere to put her. The bases are loaded for Georgia Tech. They're trying to strike first in Gainesville. 3-2. That's topped foul. Pivotal Saturday battle between the winners from yesterday. And who takes this one has the upper hand. Advances to the regional final tomorrow. So let's do it again. Swing, bouncer, that is right to Grover, and the inning is over. So the bases were loaded. Rothrock strands him, but it was this big defensive double play that ultimately did in the Yellow Jackets in that second. We're still scoreless. Fun, fast, totally unpredictable. Rally Cap is back Sunday at 9 Eastern on the SEC Network. Don't miss any of the highlights from SEC softball and baseball. You can stream it on the ESPN app. So fun, fast, unpredictable. It also describes mayhem, postseason softball. So there's Texas State, by the way, watching on. It has a game at 1:30 today against Florida A&M, an elimination game. But one of those teams has to win to ultimately earn the right to play again later this evening. Nicole, 3 games on this Saturday of the regional weekend. Winner of this one has the upper hand. Taylor Shoemaker in Florida would certainly like to get to the regional final tomorrow unscathed. It's the top of the order facing Sydney Watts, who is posted 2 scoreless. The Gators loaded the bases in the top half of the second, got nothing. Georgia Tech did the same. And so Watts and Rothrock unscathed to this point. This is a long day for the team that ultimately has to play twice. It's a lot of desperation. It's win or go home. 2 teams will ultimately get sent home today from every regional site, obviously weather permitting. Shoemaker hits it. This is a flaring, shallow left. Willer runs it down. So that is twice now that Watts has forced Shoemaker, really dangerous hitter, into just kind of a weak pop-up, weak flare.
Yeah, you could
The left
feel
side.
how out in front she was on both of those hits, just on the end of the barrel, which typically that is not the swing that you see Shoemaker do. If anything, she gets more jammed whenever she's making hard contact. But being able to make that adjustment, it is getting hot out here as the sun is starting to go more and more overhead. See Rothrock trying to cool off.
You've got the fan. You got to have the fan in the dugout here in Gainesville.
What is it? What is a frog tog? Is that what they're called? that towel around the neck?
Anything to keep you cool under pressure. Rothrock, how many times has she been in this position? With everything on the line, she was one of the studs, remember, of that run to the Women's College World Series semis 2 years ago. And Florida would love to make it 3 in a row, 3 years in a row, getting to Oklahoma City. One last ride for Erickson. Here's someone who knows this is her last run in a Gator uniform. And what a legacy and impact she is leaving on this program. She's from Phoenix, starts at Oklahoma, was solid there, won a championship, ultimately decided to come to Gainesville after her freshman season. And she's been a 3-year starter. 2-1 is foul tipped into the mitt, so Watts fools her that time.
It's a big swing there, especially whenever you look back to just one pitch ago. Watts was trying to go off speed to Erickson. It drops in the dirt about 10 feet in front of her. Then she goes up in the zone, gets the swing and miss.
2-2 is flared back foul. Great year for these Gators, Nicole. They won 48 games in the regular season. Only 4 other teams won more. Top 10 in the nation in all those important offensive categories. And they're trying to make it 3 straight trips to Oklahoma City. 2-2 is hit hard back up the middle. Good at bat that time from Erickson.
That's just what she does. If you leave the ball too much over the plate, she is going to be able to hit it hard. Her angle for this ball that's down, hit hard in the ground, she's looking for the rise ball. That's what this swing is set up to do. She recognizes that it's lower, but still in the strike zone. Decides to go down, has a little bit more of a chop. That's why you see the ground ball, but hits it hard. And that's the one thing we have not seen yet from Florida is them square up a ball hard. Watts has done a good job keeping them off balance.
In your eyes, that's just a really good approach at the plate from Erickson.
I think she has worked extremely hard this year. She talked to us about, I want to be more disciplined. I want to zone that ball in. I want to zone in my strike zone and make the pitcher come to me. I want to swing at pitches that I want to go after. I want to hunt. With 2 strikes, you don't quite have that luxury, but whenever you do see it over the middle of the plate, anywhere around that waist, Erickson is able to get a hold of it. Her exit velo is close to the 80s consistently.
It's impressive. You know, her first year in Gainesville, talk about a great debut. National Player of the Year. Again, was another one of the stars in that semifinal run. Last year, hits 300. And you know, based on the production we've seen from her, that's a so-so year. And she has returned.
300 is a so-so year.
It is. She has returned to All-American form this year. Brown tops that one foul, so this at-bat continues. I thought you said it well just post-game yesterday. This is a focused Florida team. I think the main thing is the main thing. They realize that this is it, especially for seniors like Erickson. There is a measured focus and subtle confidence, it feels like, to this team. This national powerhouse. 3-2 is ripped, bending, it's foul. And Brown a fraction out ahead of that one.
That's something that Walton spoke about with Brown these past few weeks in practice. She's starting to lift the ball, get a little bit more pop. She's a consistent hitter. That is why she's in the 3 spot. Typically, you'll see a lot of singles, balls through the middle. That angle that she's able to get, that is something that Walton is hoping to see a little bit more in this postseason.
Brown bounces it, maybe 2. Simon had to charge it, only play is first. She's out. So Simon stuck with it. There's 2 gone. Eriksson's at second. So this time she does charge this one hard. Makes a nice play.
Anybody else, and I think that will be charged as an error, but because of the way that she sticks with it, it's Brown who has an injury. She's not able to run full speed. That's why we're not seeing her on the pitcher's mound and hitting. So they got lucky. Again, Georgia Tech got lucky that it was Brown who was at the plate and not anybody else in that lineup.
Look out, you've got this really talented redshirt freshman. That's Townsend Thomas, who's trying to knock in a run. Those are really impressive numbers, and that batting average, that number was very similar to what she hit in league play. So if you do that consistently in the SEC, you've got some skill. Can she bring in Eriksson, or is Watts going to get out of this again? It's popped up. No play for Tucker.
Really liked what we've seen from Watts, the way that she's worked at this rise ball. We've seen the Florida offense, who's typically very disciplined at bringing those rise balls down. They're chasing after that pitch.
Favorable count now for Thomas.
Didn't chase after that one. Brings it 3-1.
That's ball 4. Kenleigh Cahalan will bat with multiple runners on in the 3rd. That's the 2nd walk issued by Watts. And the pitching coach for Georgia Tech is Aaron Dixon. Sensing the importance right now. You got a good hitter in Cahalan coming up.
In this moment, you haven't seen as much wavering from Watts herself, right? You look back to last inning, Georgia Tech, it was some defensive miscues, a couple of unlucky plays defensively, but Watts has been pretty consistent. One thing that she worked on this offseason is just being able to build her stamina for, honestly, a regional like this, where it's hot, it's humid, you're focused, you're giving full effort because this lineup requires it every single batter.
There's no breaks in this order. Oh, that one is way over Hunter's head. And a base hit could potentially bring in 2 now. That might speak right to your point.
Watts on that one, just struggling to maintain control of that ball. Her release point way in front of that front leg.
And Cahalan, that time appropriately, just jumped on that next pitch. Fouled it back. This is one of the other seniors from Trussville, Alabama, the veteran. Turned in a really fine season, the finest of her career. Chases that one. And we saw Watts dance out of trouble in the 2nd inning. 2 errors commit in the field behind her, that frame. 1-2 is slapped foul.
Florida, they're swinging hard. That arm guard for Cahalan just flies off of that front elbow. That's one thing that Florida, they focus on is how hard can you swing? Almost got wrapped up in that bat. Let's focus on what's your launch angle, how many home runs are we hitting? More so, what's the exit velo like? Are we hitting the ball hard?
Watts ready to go. And another one slashed foul. So these are a number of big hacks from Cahalan. Trying to do some damage and put the Gators on the board in the third.
And all of them fouled straight back. That tells you that she is just underneath those pitches. If she gets a hold of one, she could send it for a ride.
Another one topped. That one is off of Hunter.
I always
So
say it.
what's that,
Here's time
foul
for
balls?
my gamely shout out to the catcher. You see Hunter with a big smile. Catchers are so tough behind the plate, and they need to be acknowledged more. I mean, look at this one, fouled straight into her. And she's automatically standing up, big smile on her face. She's ready for the next pitch. You have to be so mentally tough. You have to be at that next level to be able to be behind the plate, working for your pitcher, still getting those balls pitched.
Good eye. Big moment right now. Check swing. That one did ricochet off the bat. And so this battle continues. Probably 8 or 9 pitches at this point.
I mean, this is a pitch that's tight in on the hands. She's really lucky that bat got a hold of it. Otherwise, that would have been a take. But that barrel would have came across. That could have been a strike 3.
Cahalan pops it up, foul once more. So that is 5 out of the last 6 pitches that she has seen. She has fouled away. You've got Erickson at third. Thomas is at second. And Watts is trying to shut the door again. Oh, another one.
Watts is extremely tight. She's on the back corner, as far back as she can go in this batter's box, and as close to the plate as possible. She is crowding that inside, does not want to give Watts the opportunity to get inside on that pitch.
Swings, drills it, there it goes, gone! Florida punches first.
You battle, and finally you find the pitch that you were hunting. I was just talking about how she was tight in on that plate all the way back. She's looking for that mistake that doesn't get all the way in. It's that middle end pitch that gets left. Cahalan absolutely clobbered that ball. You almost felt like it was coming with the foul balls, foul balls, foul balls. And that is what you're going to get from an offense like Florida. You know that they are going to score. That is why it's so important. Georgia Tech leaving the bases loaded, just a half inning to go. How important that piece is.
The 16th of the year for the slugger from Alabama.
Jocelyn Erickson, she knew right away. Look at that. Hands up, jogging in from third.
And you've been there before. That has got to feel, you saw the hands go up in the air. On the 11th pitch of an at-bat, where Cahalan fouled off 6 or 7 pitches. Kendall Grover slaps that one to the net. And so Watts is a strike away from finally shutting the door here on the third. Kenleigh Cahalan has put the Gators in front in the third. You know how important it is. The winner of this game, or the team that wins its first 2 games, very often, much more often than not, they are the ones that are perhaps the last team left standing in the regional. And so the Gators gain the upper hand first. So Grover works the walk. Inning continues. And so Watts now has gone walk, home run allowed, walk. Although, again, she did some good things in that at-bat to Cahalan.
You're starting to see Florida just becoming more selective. They're starting to pick the pitches that they were wanting to hunt. Versus in that first inning, it looked like they were just guessing. They were reaching out in front. Their bodies looked out of place. Now, even whenever they're swinging at pitchers' pitches, their bodies look in a much better position.
McClellan waves at that one. Now, particularly on that pitch to Cahalan that she sent out of this park. That one was cutting down and away. And got the barrel of the bat on it. Cahalan, one of those many seniors that just embody that quiet confidence. This one in the gap. Medina dives, can't make the catch. Grover around third. She scores. It's an RBI triple for McClellan.
You can see some frustration on Watts' face. This is the ball that's hit out into the gap. That is a great effort over in center field by Medina, but I mean, inches right there. I like that effort. But Willer over in left field, you have to capitalize on that ball. You have to crash in a little bit faster. That shouldn't be a triple. And Tim Walton, whenever she was rounding second, he saw that Willer, she was looking to throw to second base. He waves her over. She continues to third, and she has to reset, take her throw over to third, but by then it's too late. Aggressive base running for Florida.
It's now a 4-run inning for these Gators, and Watts has thrown 46 pitches in this frame.
I mean, she sees it. I mean, it's not only the players that are falling. That umpire over at third base, Brady Sanderson, he also fell as he was trying to get back over to third as well.
Slippery surface. We've got a slippery, wet dirt here in these first few innings. That one is hammered foul. Florida is really making Watts work.
Making Tim Walton work over there. A couple of balls ripped foul. Tim Walton, he's having the hot feet over there in that coach's box.
He's much more athletic than we give him credit for, evidently.
Hey, he's won a national championship in his own right. Played baseball at Oklahoma. Played with Kenny Gajewski.
Yep.
She played at Oklahoma with Kenny Gajewski at baseball, while at the same time, Melissa Lombardi, who's the head coach for Oregon, and Jen Rocha, who's a pitching coach for Oklahoma, they were all student athletes together. So who knows, maybe in the next 10, 15 years, we'll see some of these players coaching on the next level stage.
Wesolowski hits it hard, but foul. And Florida's, they're hitting Watts hard right now.
Well, they're looking at that same pitch. It's that low and away pitch that lefties and righties are hunting. Anything low and away to them, they know that's where Watts wants to go after that rise ball. So that's the pitch that they've been attacking. They're setting up their bodies and their angles for it as well.
There's another one that is hit hard down the line.
Tim Walton, he was a little bit closer to the dugout. He knew what was coming. He's like, I'm going to get away. It was more, less on the grass, more on the dirt. He was away from that one.
51 pitches. Florida has made Watts throw this inning. And she's going to have to throw some more. That's a third walk that Florida has drawn in the inning. And this is going to be a 9th hitter to the plate. But they are going to face another arm. Michaela Caulfield replaces Watts in this arduous 3rd inning where Florida has scored 4 runs. The biggest one, Cahalan's 3-run bomb over the right field wall.
You battle, you get that swing. Florida, the bat's coming alive here in the 3rd.
A 4 spot in the top half of the 3rd for Florida. And they're looking to add more. They face a new pitcher in the circle for Georgia Tech. And it's Michaela Caulfield who replaces Sydney Watts, who had to throw more than 50 pitches in that arduous 3rd inning. How many was it? 11 in that at-bat to Cahalan. Ultimately took her deep. That is what opened the door here for Florida's significant inning.
And it comes down to who's tougher. And that's what this tournament is all about. They have so many great teams, so many great athletes, not just here at the Gainesville Regional, but all across the country. Who can be the toughest? And right now, Michaela Caulfield, the lefty, and like this look, bringing her in a little bit slower, mid-60s. You're going to see more precision, more slowing down these Florida hitters, trying to get them out in front. Some curve drop action as well as changeup. That's going to be where she's going to get them. But
they're trying to change the equation in this 3rd. With 2, there's still 2 outs, but there are 2 Gators on the base paths. Gabby Comilla is the 9-hitter. Their everyday starter at 2nd. And it's not just the big hits as well. Cahalan slammed a 3-run homer. McClellan brought in a run with her triple to the left center gap. But the Gators have been patient and selective. They've also walked 3 times in this inning. That's in there for a strike to Comilla. You know, it started well for Watts. She retired 2 of the first 3 hitters she faced, including Shoemaker and Brown. That's 2 of the more impressive hitters. But then things started to unravel. And it was that make or break battle against Cahalan that Watts fought so hard there. 11 pitches in that at bat to Cahalan, and ultimately the shortstop took her deep. Swing and a miss. Inning comes to a close. Gators strike first. They lead it 4-0. Middle of the 3rd. Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. This pivotal Saturday battle in Gainesville, and the Gators are in front. It's 4-0, heading to the home third. Tim Walton joins us, the longtime boss coach. Thanks for putting on the headset. So Kenleigh Cahalan, 11-pitch at-bat in the top half of that frame. Then she goes yard. How would you describe it? What'd you see?
Well, she did a really good job. Obviously, first pitch changeup, last pitch changeup in that sequence, but just fouling off some tough pitches, a couple pitches. She was a little early on. I thought as she got through that at bat, started fouling pitches off that were breaking pretty good. So that just gives you, looked like to me she just gained a little bit of confidence. Was trying to keep it simple.
Yeah, on the flip side, Rothrock, last time she faced Georgia Tech, struggled with them getting a hold of her pitches. We're seeing really effective off speeds for her. What's the game plan and strategy as you go through the rest of this game with her?
Yeah, good offense. They do a good job blending the speed and the power and the short game, so they do a really good job. So I think just Keegan's got to just do a good job pounding the zone, keep hitting her spots. Like I told you guys yesterday, just simplify things. Just try to make them do a good job of having to handle your pitches as opposed to trying to, be too kind of missing bats sometimes. I think she's done a really good job. This week preparation for her has been really, really good. I've been proud of the way she's been just going after, carrying the load for us.
Hey, Tim, thanks for doing this.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Go Gators.
Yeah, that's really neat to hear that insight. The lead up to this run, a postseason run, and the attention to detail that it requires from every single player, and particularly your centerpiece in the circle.
Walton talked about the mentality that takes in preparation. She's got it.
She faces the leadoff hitter, Willer. Top of the order, due up for Georgia Tech. They're down 4-0. She jams Willer. I think Erickson's got a play on this. There's one out. I'd be curious your thought on what that mentality, that mental edge has to be. And then you talked with Rothrock the other day. How did she evolve it, improve it throughout her career?
Just comes from being in those situations. You look at her career, she's almost at 600 innings. That's almost 200 if you look at it, almost 200 every single year. You've been in tough situations, you've been in easy situations. She's had help, she's been alone and having to do it on herself. Look at this year. So being able to, in that moment, kind of realize, all right, what's my reality as a pitcher? What's working, what's not? Being open to learning. I think every time you talk to upperclassmen, the biggest adjustment from their underclass to upperclassmen, that transition really settles into, I took a look at myself and I go, where can I get better? How can I sharpen myself? And it's not always speed or adding a new pitch. Sometimes it's making this pitch break 2 more inches. Maybe it's understanding the hitter's mindset a little bit better.
Rothrock jams Medina. There's 2 gone. Good start to this frame for this dominant ace.
And maybe the adjustment is, I got a pretty good offense. I'm going to let them go out and score, and I don't feel like I have to do it all myself as a pitcher. I can trust my offense, and whenever they get the job done, I come out and I get my job done.
You hear a lot of players reference that, where there's so much maybe placed on the individual success. It's so important to star players. But there is that recognition at points in your career where it's about the team success. It's the we over me. You hear that a lot. Grayson Tucker, by the way, I think forgot her left elbow guard. Takes that for a strike. Rothrock burst onto the scene as a freshman, became a star instantly, led the nation in wins, the no-hitters, was the SEC Freshman of the Year, and a standout in their run of the Women's College World Series semis. And then last year dealt with some injuries, some physical setbacks. It really disrupted a bit of her sophomore season. suffered through a blister in Oklahoma City last year, and she's showed that perseverance that you've referenced, and has just triumphantly, so to speak, returned to All-American form this year. 76 wins now, 5th most in program history. It's a lot on your shoulders, by the way, for this Indiana native.
Any elite athlete, they look at it and they go, right on, bring it on.
Yeah.
I love these moments. I love this pressure.
She's trying to go 1-2-3 in this third with her team now in front 4-zip. 2-2 to Tucker. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. Just a quintessential 1-2-3 inning for Rothrock.
I mean, this pitch moving through the zone, works the rise ball. Florida, they're in control.
The SEC baseball tournament, it gets rolling Tuesday morning from Hoover, and coverage begins at 10:30 Eastern on the SEC Network with the SEC Now crew getting you set for all of the action. You can watch it live on the SEC Network and stream the tournament on the ESPN app. The Florida Gators baseball team in Baton Rouge this weekend to close out the regular season. These Gators on the softball diamond have a 4-0 lead as we begin the 4th inning. It is postseason softball in Gainesville once again. Partner, we're getting the things started bright and early this morning.
Also over in Baton Rouge, LSU and Virginia Tech, they're going to be matching up later. There's so many good matchups going on around the country. We got to start it off yesterday. Today we got to start it off with our early game, but man, it's just a day full of softball. Teams are going to be going to the regional finals, but also teams, their seasons are going to be coming to an end.
Caulfield faces the top of the order. Shoemaker retires her here on a couple of pitches, 1 gone. So we are going to whittle the field down slowly but surely throughout the course of today from 64 teams to 32. And this is
Big
a grind, yeah, this day. When we are done with this opener, Texas State and Florida A&M play in our first elimination game of the day. Boy, Texas State, in a pitcher's duel yesterday, finds itself on the wrong end of that 2-1 score. A couple of costly mistakes and errors late in that game sent them to the elimination side of the bracket.
You saw how closely Georgia Tech and Texas State battled. You've seen how close this battle has been today. I think it's a testament to how good these teams at these regionals are and where the level of playing for softball as a whole across the country is at.
There are the Bobcats waiting.
In the shade, though. Can't be in the sun right now.
So it's a warm day in Gainesville, but when is it not? Erickson draws the walk. So yesterday, 13 games. Bear with me here as I go through the numbers. 13 games decided by 2 runs or fewer. So that's almost half of the games that were played yesterday. Many were decided in the late innings. Several went into extras. None more dramatic than the UCLA come-from-behind win against Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist scores 10 runs in an inning, by the way, against those Bruins.
That was one of those games where I was so sad. It was at the end of the night. It was past my bedtime. I was asleep, but I watched some of it this morning, and man, it was so much fun to watch, to see those 2 teams going at it, competing all the way out there on the West Coast. Danielle Laurie did a fantastic job.
The competition level feels like it's raised year after year. Ava Brown, that one is a little above the letters. So the number 3 hitter has got a favorable count. That Virginia Tech and LSU game coming up at 1 Eastern on ESPN2.
One of those teams to look at in that regional, South Alabama. They are a tough, tough competitor. All throughout the year, they've faced Power 4 teams. They've competed. They've been right in it. Becky Clark, she knows what she's doing over there. So I wouldn't count them out. Even in the elimination game, there is a way to battle back.
Brown pulls it. That is fair down the line. Willer stumbles. Erickson gets a wave. The throws to second. It's 5-0 Gators. Tim Walton said a couple of days ago, I want Ava Brown to knock in some runs this weekend. She does it again.
Does it in fashion. The energy from Brown, it's reflected in this team. Where she goes, they go. This is a piece that they have been wanting. A rise ball that's up and in. She turns on it, able to pull it down that line. It's a great effort over there in left by Weiler, just not able to get that ball from hitting the fence. And whenever, as an outfielder, you see that ball going, your single most important job is stop that ball before it gets to the fence. Because if it does, the way that Florida's been running, they're just going to keep going. Tim Walton, he sent her all the way.
Townsend Thomas hits with a runner in scoring position. That one gets behind Hunter. Brown's at third. Georgia Tech has got to lock back in here, or else it's going to start to get away from them. And a couple of mistakes in the diamond during that 4-run third inning. Thomas bounces it with the infield in. That is through. Well, who cares about the exit velo? It brings in a run. 6-0.
I mean, these Florida fans, they looked pretty happy about it. It's about hitting it where they're not. These middles for Georgia Tech, they are tight in, and they're also shaded a step or two over, leaving that middle area wide open. So to your point, even though it wasn't the hardest hit ball, because they have to range over, there's not enough time to get there, and that ball gets through, scores another run easily.
Cahalan, first pitch swinging, hits that one into left. Thomas is on the way to third, and they're passing the bat in the 4th inning. Cahalan, by the way, has hit the ball hard. Last 2 pitches she has seen, she's hit it hard.
Well, Florida has been aggressive. This is a pitch that's over the middle of the plate. It's middle. You can't not go after that. If you are a hitter, your mindset right now for Florida is yes, yes, yes. Then it turns into a no if you start to see the ball out of the zone. Right now, the way they're swinging, I'm thinking yes all the way. And then on the flip side for Georgia Tech, the best way that Caulfield works is whenever the ball is low in the zone, It works off speed, it's working slower. So being able to keep that ball there, that is where she's going to live and see success. Whenever you bring it elevated, like I said, that pitch was middle. Whenever you elevate it and leave it over the plate, Florida is going to take full advantage.
This explosive offense, it's been one of the best in the nation all year long. And this weekend, no exception. They scored the 12 runs yesterday in that run rule victory against the SWAC champs. Oh yeah, the Gators. The Gator fans are enjoying this display. Harris is getting warm in the bullpen. And the Gators have really picked up on Caulfield here. This junior who provided pitching depth throughout the year is trying to get another out and put an end to this little run. It's 3 straight hits for the Gators. Kendall Grover. She walked her last time up, reached on an error.
Well, this defense for Georgia Tech, a couple of hard hit balls, they are respecting it. Look how spread out this infield is. Look how much space there is in front. Trying to set themselves up for those hard hit balls off of these Gator bats. Getting to that point, Tucker over at third base. She's deep, not even in that 5-6 hole, but she is on the line, heels almost in the grass. Look how deep she is. And you have runners on first and third. This is a great count, a great situation to create some chaos. If you're Florida, you have base runners in an ideal position, and defense out of their normal setup.
Grover swings and misses at the off speed, and the runner from first gets herself in a rundown here to allow a run to score. So that's going to be the second out. The count is full on Grover, but it's now 7-0.
That one looked like it was intended to be a hit and run. With the off speed way out in front, Grover wasn't able to make contact, but you get that runner going to second, automatically Thomas, she was going for home.
And so Caulfield beats Grover to retire the side. But the Gators add 3 more. It's 7-0. Home fourth in Gainesville. It's 7-0 Florida. Georgia Tech hits in a moment. Eileen Morales, kind enough to join us here, the 9th-year boss at her alma mater. Coach, thanks for doing this. You're facing Keegan Rothrock here, second time through the order. What's critical moving forward to generate some runs?
I mean, she's got great stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I think for us, we've got to stick to our plan. I don't know if we've done that as well. But again, there's ball game left to be played, and so we need to commit to the plan, get our swings off. This is the type of team that you've got to hit for extra bases. So we've got to swing with intent to do damage.
Coach, this lower half of the lineup has done damage against her. What are you telling them? What are they telling the rest of your lineup?
I think we've got to stick to the plan, right? I mean, I think, again, it's one pitch at a time. It's postseason ball, so you've got to be committed to that. And, you know, we're going to keep punching.
Coach, thanks for doing this.
Appreciate y'all. Sting them.
They're in that 7-0 hole right now. And so you mentioned it a couple of times. When you face a pitcher like Rothrock, it can be very easy to stray from the plan of attack. She's such a talented arm, and they're going to have to score some runs in a hurry and try to chip away at this big hole. Addison Leshber, Hunter, and Vukadinovic, 4, 5, and 6 of the order due up. Morales' team has done nothing but get better as the year has unfolded. They played down here in Gainesville, second weekend of the year. There were 2 games that they lost to Florida, but they were fairly competitive. They did some good things. The battle-tested Yellow Jackets. Not many teams played more ranked opponents this year than Georgia Tech. And they scheduled aggressively outside of their ACC slate.
I think also whenever you've been in those situations, a lot of one-run losses, a lot of competition against those Power 4 teams, like you just mentioned, being able to remember that feeling, find it.
Thomas tracking this one, so is Shoemaker. 1 out.
So you're just remembering that feeling, you're finding it, you're keeping it, and you're bringing it into situations and games like this one where you're down 7-0, but you look at the production that Georgia Tech is able to do against those top teams, the numbers offensively they're able to put up, they're completely capable of coming back into this game, but they can't overswing, come out of themselves.
Hunter took a big rip at that one. Morales just said it, that there is a lot of softball to be played. But now there's got to be some urgency after the Gators plated 3 more in the top half of this frame. So Florida's in a good position. Remember, the winner of this one advances to the regional final tomorrow in this double elimination format. Hunter pops it up. No play for Wesolowski. And it's just so difficult to try to play your way back and win this regional after taking a loss. So the loser of this game, they play later tonight. You play a second game, and then the winner of that one would determine who would earn that second bid into the regional final. Let's put it this way. The loser of this game would ultimately have to play 5 games in the course of 3 days. You would have to beat a team twice on Sunday. It's hard to do. 1-2. That one is ripped down the line, but it's foul. And so Hunter gave it a ride. You can watch all of these games on 7 Innings Live. Our 7 Innings Live crew, they're taking you around to the best live action. Just about every game, coast to coast. We'll drop you into some live coverage, show you highlights, great analysis as well. Inside corner for a called third strike. Rothrock locks up Hunter.
I mean, this pitch right here is what Rothrock has been doing all day long. Typically, that is the pitch that she throws to get a swing on, but just the location right above the kneecaps, tight on that corner. That is a hard pitch for a righty to turn on if you are not sitting that exact pitch. Not to mention, it's coming in at 70 miles an hour.
How do we like the post-strikeout handshake, by the way, Wesolowski? Solid.
That's
very
something
crisp.
that Tim Walton has done with his batteries, gosh, all the way dating back to the early 2000s. As soon as he came in, that is something that he wants, because as a battery, you have to have that connection, and it's not the same handshake for one pitcher and one catcher. It's a different one for every single duo. It's a way to find connection, to find communication in between.
That one is topped foul, just wide of the chalk.
There was that strikeout, but here is that handshake that you were talking about. I mean, just a little bit of uniqueness. Real quick, we're in, we're out, but just a quick tap, tap.
That was a nasty pitch location, by the way. My
It
goodness.
was. I feel like you should have an extra special one on those nasty pitches.
1-2, that's topped foul. And so that time, Paige Vukadinovic tried to check the swing, and she's got to protect again with 2 strikes. She lined out hard to Cahalan in that second inning. That was when Georgia Tech had some runners aboard. That line out led to a double play. Cahalan was able to double up the runner at second. Rothrock and company got out of it. There's a base hit into right. And that's a 2-out base runner for the Jackets.
It's this bottom half of the lineup that has been so productive against Rothrock. They've been seeing the ball well. They keep it low. They hit the ball hard. And last time that we saw Vukadinovic come up, she had that hard hit. It was a line drive. Ended up being the double play because of the slipped base runner, but she made strong contact and does it again here to get a base runner on.
And then Duffel singled right afterward. So she's up for a second time. It was 3 no-hit innings yesterday for Rothrock, and today nearly 4 scoreless. She's only allowed the 3 hits today. She's walked a batter, has hit a batter as well. Florida's trying to make this a couple of crisp wins to start its regional. They've got a 7-0 lead, bottom 4.
To your point, it's a 7-0 lead. You can't view that as, I need to score 7 runs here in the 4th. It needs to be, I want to have a really quality swing in this pitch. I want to be so locked in this at-bat. If I'm on deck, I'm so locked into what's going on.
Not everybody can do what Cal Baptist did, by the way, yesterday. So that's a scoreless inning for Rothrock. 4 shutout for the ace.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
7-0 Florida after 4 in Gainesville.
Look at those shirts. This is something that I absolutely love. It's a tradition that Florida softball has done since 2009. Francesca Anea, she was a patient. She signs up for the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation Adopt a Child program. The softball team did. And they matched with Heather Braswell in Orlando. Heather was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2008 at age 11. She grew close with the team throughout the year. And it's not, oh, she came out and had a pitch. She was with the team. She was there day in and day out. I mean, the relationships that they were able to establish and grow. She went into remission, but 5 years later, in 2014, the cancer came back in the same spot, and she ended up passing away on March 24th in 2014, 10 weeks after her terminal diagnosis. The Gators, you see them, a lot of them are wearing either yellow ribbons or sunflowers in their hairs. They wore that in tribute to her. It was Heather's favorite flower, so that's why they wear it, and that's why they call it Sunflower Saturdays. And since then, Florida softball, they have continued that partnership with that foundation every time there's a senior who gets paired up. And like I said, it's not just a one-off thing, but it is something where they come deeply ingrained into the program. They become friends with the child, with the family, and it's something that is just so much more than just coming out for a practice or a day or two. It is something that lasts well beyond. Amanda Loren, Skylar Wallace, those are the athletes that have been able to be kind of that liaison between the team and the kids. And so being able to be paired up together and create that deep, lasting relationship, it creates an impact. And we talked about 2014, Heather passing away in March. It was 2014, a few months later, that Florida, they won their first national championship. They went on to win back-to-back in 2014 and 2015. So it's something that continues on. It's a special day at KSP. And there's a locker that they actually designed at it inside their facility, just dedicated to Heather, to honor her memory, to honor her name. It's something very, very special to this program as a whole.
It's just remarkably inspiring and uplifting to hear in a number of different ways. You think about the impact that Heather had on that team in 2014. As you mentioned, a few months later, they go out and win a championship, not just for the program, but in her memory as well. Can you imagine just how uplifting that is for the youngsters every year to, as you mentioned, spend time, not just hang around for a day or two, to be fully connected with a player, a veteran on this roster year in and year out.
Again, I think it speaks to the fact of, yes, while these are elite athletes, there's so much more. That's just one side of who these people are, who these women are. And I just love the fact that Tim Walton and this Florida program, they continue to remind these players that there's so much more beyond just a game.
New pitcher in the circle in this 5th inning for Georgia Tech. It's Kenley Hillary. She walked Cassidy McClellan, just retired Wesolowski there for the first out.
So just to kind of put a bow on that conversation too, as an athlete who's played at the highest level, looking at these athletes who are currently playing at a high level, whenever you're well balanced, it helps you manage that stress, the chaos that postseason brings, that the pressure of performing brings.
This is playable for Willer, second out.
Just serves as a good reminder whenever you're in postseason. If you have a why, if you have something bigger for you, those odds that seem to be stacked against you. Right now, Florida hosting their own regional, but they're not the #1 seeded team in the nation, right? And so if you're wanting to go on to win the Women's College World Series, there is a chance, but you have to have something more than I just want to win. You have to have a why. You have to play together. This Florida team, they're only 17 deep, so Talk about tight connection, talk about having why, talk about having a reason. They have the makings that create that perfect storm, if you will.
A well-balanced crop of players this Gators team is. And you can see it in the background too. All of these Gators fans, they wear those Sunflower Saturday t-shirts to keep that tradition alive. Shoemaker does take a strike. Top of the order is up now for Florida.
Shoemaker hasn't gotten on all game long. 0 for 3 so far. This is now her 4th at bat. That is something that we can say is a rare occurrence for her, especially so far in this regional.
It's been 3 air outs. She's flown out a couple of times to left field and popped up to the shortstop, Simon. Yesterday, she was lethal. Hit that big homer. That's another walk. And so 2 base runners aboard for Florida as they continue to put the pressure on these Gators. The SEC baseball tournament gets rolling Tuesday morning from Hoover. And coverage begins at 10:30 Eastern on the SEC Network. The SEC Now crew is going to set the table and get you ready for a great week of baseball. You can watch it live on the network, also stream it on the ESPN app.
We got a lot of good sports coming up. I love May. Everyone talks about March. It's a great month, but May, man, that is my favorite month for sports, softball and baseball. Diamond Sports has my first love. I'll be so honest. I love to watch the way that these teams come together and they find a way to overcome adversity. They find a way to find meaning. They find a way to be so clutch. Talk about clutch. Jocelyn Erickson, she has been in situations time and time again all year long where she has had to be clutch because you have a hitter like Shoemaker in front of you. You can try to pitch around her, but then you have to be forced with this force. Jocelyn Erickson, she doesn't allow much to get past her already. She's had a couple of hard hits in this game.
And so now if you're Hillary, you've got to face her with runners on. And so she has missed twice way outside. You've got Ava Brown on deck, who's also a dangerous hitter. There's just nowhere to hide right now.
You look at all the years that Florida has been to the Women's College World Series, you don't get that kind of consistency if you don't have players in a team that is that level, that elite. Like you said, way outside, it's the unintentional, intentional walk.
Yes, exactly. You've got the right-hand hitter in Brown coming up next. This powerhouse program leads it by 7. And again, this is an important at-bat right now.
And this is where you take that gamble. You give the free pass. You have an open base to Erickson. Now bases are loaded with 2 outs. So your defense, they can go to any base, whichever one is closest. Just trying to keep it here in the infield.
Brown doubled her last time up. That brought in a run. Hillary has walked 3 in the inning. One of those, the recent intentional walk. And now she's fallen behind in the count 2-0. So it's 7 straight out of the zone.
Dangerous place to be, like you said. Ava Brown, a dangerous hitter, but if you walk in a run, that is the run rule, 8-run lead that Florida has been searching for.
Yep. And if Hillary can't find the zone here, yeah, the result would change the complexion of this game immediately. And that's up and away, ball 4. And the 8th run comes home for the Gators. 4 walks in the inning.
So at this point, you kind of feel with no one in the bullpen getting warm, Georgia Tech, they're trying to get this game finished with. They know that they have a long haul ahead of them. Unless they're able to score at least 1 run, this game will be over. And Georgia Tech, they know that ahead of them, they face a winner of Texas State and Florida A&M, who are playing right after this.
Townsend Thomas, who drove in a run her last time up, hits one more time. Again, if one team leads by 8 or more after at least 4.5, depending on who does lead, that triggers the run rule, and the game is over. So now what this means for Georgia Tech is, depending on how the rest of this frame unfolds, they're going to have to, as you mentioned, get at least 1. So the only way you can continue this game or keep this game going is by scoring at this point at least run, meaning you've got to be down by 7 or fewer.
Cahalan on that last foul ball, it hit the net, kind of tossed off. She caught it one-handed over there in the on-deck circle, the crowd cheering her on. She is also a force that you don't want to see, so you want to get out of this inning quickly because she's just been so productive. Obviously got things started for Florida with that 3-run home run. And the mindset that she had in that bat, 11 pitches, just being able to find a way, like we were talking about. Can you make this 1 pitch at a time?
Ellery's got 2 strikes on Thomas. Lets it go. That's a flare, fading, shallow left. Simon runs it down. Inning is over, but the Gators are now 3 outs away from run ruling Georgia Tech and going to the final tomorrow. The Capital One rewarding performance from this opener here on Saturday. The Gator offense, they applied pressure, put the ball into play. They've got the 8-0 lead here as we head to perhaps the decisive bottom of the 5th inning here. Kenley Cahalan had the most impressive blast, a 3-run homer in the 3rd. Put the Gators on the board first.
Well, you look at what Florida has been able to do offensively. They take advantage of whenever runners are on base, except for that first inning. Every inning on, they have been able to score those runs versus Georgia Tech. They had bases loaded in that second inning, and since then, you just really have felt them deflate. And the consistency that Florida provides, it feels suffocating. They have not been able to break through.
Now, Rothrock has retired 7 of the last 8, and it is 8, 9, and 1. It is the last chance for Georgia Tech in this bottom of the 5th inning. Again, we would play 7 normally. However, Florida has a 8-run lead, and so the run rule has officially been triggered. If one team leads by 8 or more after 4.5 or 5 full innings, the game is over. Tim Walton's team is in position to get back to a regional final tomorrow. And Nicole, it's just so critical to win these first 2 games. Somebody would have to beat you twice tomorrow. Georgia Tech has got a base runner. Simon now 2 for 2 today. And these Jackets, you just need 1 to live to fight at least another inning.
It's this bottom half lineup again that has seen success off of Rothrock, not just today, but whenever you go back and you look at the matchup that Georgia Tech had against Florida back in February, it was that bottom half as well.
I thought that one hit the foot of Wall. We got no signal, and Wall is out at first. However, Brady Sanderson, our third base umpire, he comes running in here saying, yes, that ultimately did bounce down and hit Wall's foot. So that is a foul ball. Everybody is going to move back. Simon goes back to first, and Wall will be back in the box.
That one immediately, it goes down, hits off the foot.
And so she squares again, yanks that one back. The Yellow Jackets, again, to keep the game going at least another inning, you've got to find a way to plate this run.
Well, bunting her over is a great option for that. These corners a little bit tighter in, they know.
Oh, a swing. Thomas charging, reaches and makes the catch. And the throw is there. Thomas, a strike to double up Simon. What a throw. Let's see, how close was this one?
This is a great read by Thomas, knowing on the slapper it's going to be fading and being able to quickly replant her feet and get it over to first. That is huge, huge, huge. Talk about momentum. At the same time, if you're Georgia Tech, you're going, I know how close that play was. I'm going to argue it. Again, you only need 1 run. I'm going to see if that can be overturned, but regardless, the way that this call is standing on the field, it's a double play. Jocelyn Erickson saying, yeah, she was out for sure. But the way that that throw happened to come across the field, I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. That was a dart over there and left by Thomas. Great read off the bat, just quick release. That is huge. Defense. Florida has been so solid all year. That hand on the bag doesn't look like Erickson's glove is completely closed around the ball. So you have the hand on the base.
Yeah, that
for
softball's
the
got to
runner.
be in the back of the mitt.
But you want that glove for Erickson completely close. So I think there's a chance that this call can get overturned.
I would not be surprised. I mean, that does look as if that left hand from Simon got back to the base. So will Georgia Tech, their challenge, overturn this one?
The ruling on the field has been changed. The runner is safe. Georgia Tech will retain both challenges.
So the Yellow Jackets, they still have that runner aboard, which is so critical right now in this bottom of the 5th inning, down 8. And so Georgia Tech flips it to the top of the order now. Alyssa Willard to hit. Boy, that was a dramatic play. Now, it obviously is not going to be the double up that we thought it was, but nevertheless, that was still impressive stuff from Thomas. As you mentioned, just the instincts to be ready to dart that to first.
As an outfielder, it's not too often that you see a ball in the air and a runner that far off the back. So as quickly as she saw it, she was able to respond.
Willer yanks it just foul.
With Willer pulling it over there, if I'm Thomas, I'm going, yeah, hit another one my way. Let's see if I can get it this time. In the outfield, it can sometimes be, I don't want to say a lonely place, but you're far away from everyone. So you run through all the scenarios. You're excited when something comes your way. She thought that one was strike 3. Willer almost started walking back to the dugout.
Just off the outside edge. That's foul. And Willer is battling.
I've seen a couple of at-bats where you battle as a hitter, you battle, you come back, and you've seen great production. Of course, Cahalan has to stand out as the most impactful at-bat, but that came off of 11-pitch battle where she was down in the count from the beginning.
And the count has run full. Georgia Tech with a runner on, and what now becomes a crucial bottom of the 5th inning. They're down 8. Willer has run this count full. 3-2, a shaved foul again. And so, yeah, another lengthy one.
For Rothrock here, she has been dominating pretty much all game, just the location, the spotting of her pitches. But the biggest thing for her is go at these hitters, trust your defense to make phenomenal plays because they will.
Rothrock deals. That one is nubbed over to the right side, and Erickson goes to second, and they get the lead runner. A sidearm throw from Erickson. You had the base runner in her viewpoint and put that one exactly where it needed to be.
Well, remember, Erickson, she's a catcher for her first position. This one is a slow roller, a squib. She's used to coming out and seeing the field as a whole. She understands the situation so well over at first base. Look how quick that transition is. She's able to get that ball in and out, and that is why she's able to get that lead runner.
I thought she would have just taken it to the first base bag, but you cut down the lead runner. And now there's 2 outs. Holly Medina is the last chance for Georgia Tech.
Well, again, to that point, most people probably would have gone to first. Most first basemen would have. The IQ of Erickson, she knows this, if Georgia Tech scores 1 run, then they have to go another inning by eliminating that runner over at second base. You have 2 outs. Now they have to move, and it has to be deep in the gap or a home run.
Georgia Tech down to its final strike. Florida 1 strike away from advancing to the regional final. 0-2. Check swing. Medina did not offer.
This crowd up on their feet. They are excited, these Gator fans. It's what has been a very dominant performance by Florida. A run rule to get their first win. And with this out here, not another run scored, they would get a second run rule in this regional.
swing. This one is drilled out to right. McClellan's got it. Ball game over. Florida advances to the regional final tomorrow. It's got the upper hand, and the number 6 national seed takes care of business again. It's a complete game. 4-hit shutout win for Keegan Rothrock.
I mean, what the body of work that Florida has done in the regional. They have been able to establish they are dominant. They deserve to be in this regional final, and they're looking for supers.
That does it for us in Gainesville. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. For Nicole Mendez and the crew, I'm Kevin Fitzgerald saying so long for now. Coming up next, it's Mississippi State and Texas A&M on the baseball field right now.